Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Tampa Bay Downs here on Saturday. It is March the 11th, 2017. Gonna look at the stakes races on today's program, including the Tampa Bay Derby. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKit5 for more selections for race courses around the world. It's Tampa Bay Derby Day from Tampa Bay Downs, of course. Great card of racing. Gonna look at all the stakes races, races 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's an all stakes pick 5. I'm personally not going to play it because I'm saving my money for the Maidan Dubai World Cup night and for the Shelton Festival next week. But I could give out a ticket if for your enjoyment, but I'm not going to be personally playing it since I'm a little bit of on a budget list for the next few weeks or so. But let's get on to it. 7 through 11, those are the races I'll be looking at. Starting off with race number 7 from Tampa Bay. The 7th race is the Columbia Stakes per $75,000 for 3-year-olds. We have a field of 10 3-year-olds going the distance of grounds of 1 mile on the turf course. And you may notice something. I will show this diagram through this video off and on. Gives me a second to look down at my notes, so just bear with me. 1 mile, and my top pick in this one, I'm going to go to the 9 horse, number 9, Sonic Boom. Reminds me of Paul Stanley when the Kiss album Sonic Boom came out. He used to do a improv of Boom. It's a really, it's something you have to listen to because it's probably the worst ever improv ever because of his singing. But back to the subject of the 9 horse Sonic Boom, 95710 again. Number 9 Sonic Boom, 7-2 Julien Leparoux. Most recently, this horse had his first start of the year on the 4th of February at Gulfstream, 1 mile in the Kitten's Joy Stakes for $100,000. Horse finished 4th by 1.5 lengths that day, and I think he needed that race. He really didn't excel. Got bumped a few times. He just needed that race. Start before Churchill, mile 16, November the 10th, an optional 75 claimer. This horse finished 3rd by 4 lengths as the 5-2 favorite. Was a little bit wide that day and really weak into the stretch. I think this horse is a little bit of a better turf horse in my eyes. And then start before it came in Southern California at San Anita, 1 mile on the Zuma Beach. Horse finished second by 3.25 lengths. Closed up in the stretch, but just missed. Need a little extra ground. If the distance was a mile 16th, I think this horse would have won. And then in his maiden victory came at Kentucky Downs, 6 rounds, September the 15th, the main special weight for $132,000. This horse won by 5 lengths. Easy victory. It's sad to say that main special weight was worth more than the stakes race here today, but I think this horse should really have a good start here today, second off the layoff back on turf. So to recap my bets for the 7th from Tampa Bay, it's the Columbia Stakes. Gonna go with the 9 horse Sonic Boom. Gonna go 9-5-7-10, 9-5-7-10. To race number 8 now from Tampa, it's the 26th running of the Challenger Stakes. Purse $100,000 for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 7 horses going the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16 on the main track. 1 mile and 1/16. And my top pick here, as my webcam's a little out of whack for a second. Hopefully that will get fixed by itself. Nope. Okay. Hopefully it gets it fixes itself. But they're going a mile 16th here in the Challenger. My top pick, and if you're playing the pick 5, I would single the 2 horse, number 2 Stanford. Gonna go 2-7-1-5, 2-7-1-5. Number 2 Stanford, 8-5. Jean Velasquez is on this 5-year-old horse trained by Todd Pletchard, getting blinkers on for his first time. Most recently, this horse had a start on mile 8th at Gulfstream Park, January 28th in the Poseidon Handicap. This horse finished second by head, sat second most of the race up until the top of the stretch, got the lead, and got taken over by Imperative, who probably ran the race of his life that day. This horse it was a disappointing beat. He was drifting a little bit also, but he should improve off that race because he was facing so much tougher that day. Today he's not facing as tough. Start before December the 17th at Gulfstream Park, mile 16th in the Harlan's Holiday Stakes, grade 3 race. Horse won by 3 lengths, on lead all throughout, easy victory. At the end of the race, John Velasquez wasn't even going to the whip with this horse, just giving it a ham ride. Just a great run for this one. And then it was his first start since the Metropolitan Handicap, June the 11th, 2016. This horse finished 8th by 21 lengths. Was a little bit wide that day and really couldn't keep up with them. Frost ran the race of his life that day, couldn't catch him. And then this horse won the Charlestown Classic at Charlestown last year on the lead all throughout. I'm guessing maybe they're going to use this race as a stepping stone to the Charlestown Classic coming up in about 6-7 weeks. I think that's the logical way to go after this Charlestown Classic. the Challenger, Charlestown Classic, maybe the Pimlico Special a month after that. But I think he should have a good run here today. So to recap my bets for race number 8 from Tampa Bay, it's 26 Challenger. Gonna go with the 2-horse Stanford. Gonna go 2-7-1-5, 2-7-1-5. To race number 9 now from Gulfstream Park. The ninth race is the 34th running of the Florida Oaks. Grade 3 purse, $200,000. It's for 3-year-olds here. Field of 9 3-year-old fillies going the mile and 1/16th distance on the turf course. 1 mile 16th. And my top pick in this one, I'm going to go to the outside to the 9-horse, number 9, Compelled. Gonna go 9-4-5-7, 9-4-5-7, number 9, Compelled, 4-1. Paco Lopez is on the 3-year-old filly out of Warfront. Most recently, this horse had a start on the 4th of February at Gulfstream, 1 mile in the Sweet Charmer Stakes, grade 3 Sweet Charmer. This horse finished second by 3/4 length behind Remiska. He needed the race like my other horse back in the Columbia. He was a little bit wide that day, and really, he closed up a little bit at the end, but just needed, he needed a little extra kick, like I always say. Like some people need a kick with hot sauce. This horse needed a little extra. He needed the extra, going to win. But, start before at Gulfstream Park West, called a race course, in the Juvenile Turf Stakes. This horse won by 6 1/4 lengths, and it was had a very easy victory, just running clear. And then in Laurel Park, mile 16th, made his best weight for 40 on October the 14th. Horse won by length, another easy victory. I think he should do well here today, second off the layoff. He loves the turf, so I'm going to use this horse here as a top pick. So to recap my bets for race number 9 from Tampa Bay Downs, it's the 34th Florida Oaks. Going to go with the 9-horse Compelled. Going to go 9-4-5-7, 9-4-5-7. It was 9-4-5-7. So now let's get on to race number 10. The 10th race from Tampa Bay Downs is the 19th running at Hillsborough Stakes. Grade 2 purse, $200,000. It's for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 10 horses going the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/8 on the turf course. 1 mile and 1/8. And my top pick in this one, I'm going to go to the rail horse and a single in the multi-race wager, number 1, Swiss Range. And this is my best bet of the day around every race course in the world. This is my best bet. Number 1, Swiss Range. Going to go 1-5-6-9. 1-5-6-9. Number 1, Swiss Range. 6-1. Genmont owned. Bill Mott trains this one for the first time. Julien Lepeau is on this 4-year-old filly out of Zamindar, making his second start in North America, first start in the United States, but last start, previous trainer under John Gosden at Woodbine, mile quarter, October the 16th in the E.P. Taylor, grade 1 E.P. Taylor. This horse finished 6 by 1.5 lengths that day, and, was a little bit wide that day, and, Joel Rosario, who rode him that day, was going to the whip a lot, and this horse just really didn't do anything. Is on second time Lasix today. I think he should really do well, because this horse was facing so much tougher horses in Europe. It was facing, if you look at the races, the 2 races this horse ran against Group 1 quality horses in Europe, those are, for fillies and mares, those are the prestigious races. Start before came at the Glorious Goodwood meet, July 30th, a mile and a quarter, and the Qatar Nassau Stakes, very rich race, Group 1 race. This horse finished 4th by 8 1/4 lengths behind Mining, Queen's Trust, and Gemelli. The first 2 finishers are very good horses. This horse really just couldn't keep up with them. I think the mile 16th the mile and 8 distance today should be to this horse's liking, and I think this horse will really do well with a fast pace, because I have a feeling Isabel Sings is going to set a very fast pace like she did last year. Not as fast as last year, but she's going to go fast. But with the fast pace, this horse will really close up. But it was an okay. She couldn't keep up with the horses in the Nassau Stakes. Start before in France at Chantilly, mile 5/16 in the Prix de Diane. This horse finished 9th by 9 by 3.5 lengths against some very tough horses. Again, really couldn't keep up with them. You didn't have the best closing kicks, but that is the one of the best Group One races in for fillies and mares in Europe. Really, I cannot stress that enough. She's facing so much tougher. This group, what she's facing today, it's 6-1. It's a blessing that this horse is 6-1, because if it was if the odds maker was from Europe, this horse would probably be even money. But she should do well. Her last win came in a basic stakes race at Newmarket back in the Guineas weekend of 2016. She won by 3 lengths, mile and a quarter, easy victory. I think she's going to run a big one here today, so watch out for this one. My best bet of the day. So to recap my bets for race number 10 from Tampa Bay Downs, it's the 19th Hillsborough. Going to go with the 1-horse Swiss Range. Going to go 1-5-6-9 in the superfecta. So now let's get on to race number 11. The 11th race is the big one. It's the 37th running of the Tampa Bay Derby, grade 2 purse, $350,000. It's for 3-year-olds, field of 10 3-year-olds, going the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16. And I love the way this race is situated. It gives, it's early enough that you could have give a horse another run, let's say in the Wood Memorial, the Bluegrass, or maybe even the Arkansas Derby. So, I really like it. Mile 16th. Used to be, I believe, years ago, this used to be the weekend of the Florida Derby in 2005 or 6 or something like that. They moved the Florida Derby to the first weekend of April, right before the Wood. But I always like this the situation of this race. The Louisiana Derby, I believe, also used to be this weekend also. But we have 10 horses in this one, and it's a bit of a difficult race. Multi-race wager, I would probably go deep in this one. Maybe you could find a price. I like the 9-horse Wild Shot. Gonna go 9-8-6-5, 9-8-6-5 in the superfecta. Probably use all 4 of those horses in the multi-race wagers also. Pick 5. But number 9, Wild Shot, 5-1. Robbie Alvarado is on this George Arnold trained thrill called at a trap shop. Most recently in the Sam F. Davis a few weeks ago here locally at Tampa Bay Downs, mile 16th. Horse finished 4th by 3.5 lengths. Sat back early. Actually had the lead right at the top of the stretch, but actually weakened back out of it. He got caught by McCracken. Source lost to McCracken 2 starts in a row, but I think he needed the race. Second off the left, this horse should be rearing to go. Start before November 26th, Churchill. Mile 16th in the Kentucky Jockey Club. Horse finished second by 1/4 lengths, and had the lead in stretch, but actually got taken over by McCracken again. Disappointing beat. But this horse, when he something I noticed when this horse is on the lead, he kind of, when he gets the lead, he kind of, okay, my job is done. He'll start weakening himself, or he'll start shutting down. He has to learn to keep going, not to stop when he gets the lead, and hopefully they'll figure it out today. Start before this horse ran the Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland, mile 16th. Horse finished third by 4 lengths. After setting the pace early on, he really weakened out of it. Lost his classic Empire, who won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile next start. Really couldn't keep up with them. But I think in this spot, this horse should have a good run. So let me take my chances with this one. So to recap my bets for race number 11 from Tampa Bay Downs, it's the 37th Tampa Bay Derby. Gonna go with the 9-horse Wild Shot. Gonna go 9-8-6-5, 9-8-6-5. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.